First shout out goes out to Darren. He made the first video, which inspired this video to show off my collection, which I was always a little hesitant about, just because it's not as big as I might like it to be, or as big as some of the other people on the group. But it's about the game, so we're gonna go ahead and run it down anyway. I say, as you'll see around here, I've got more than just games, so I'm gonna show off a little bit extra, try to add some fluff to the video, and from there, we'll see what happens. So let's go. First, we'll start off with my Star Trek obsession. You have a 1701 retrofit from the original series and 1701B Excelsior class. I say the one on the left, the big one, all those switches you see, actually lights that thing up. I say if you guys want to see more of this or anything else that I have in this video, go ahead and just comment down below. I'll be more than happy to make another video. See over here, you'll see Legos and Transformers and Legos and more Legos. But right next to those Legos is my Genesis collection. My favorite being Ghostbusters in there. And my largest complete in-box collection for cartridge games is Genesis, 2 of which came from Zach Tohill, so thank you very much for those. If we go over here, we've got the PS1 stuff. I say we got the Lunar Silver Star Story complete. Thanks goes out to Quote Fam for hooking me up with one that actually had a map. I've been looking for that for a couple years. And then we have all the rest of the PS1, Castlevania, Chrono Cross. Most of the Final Fantasy stuff, I still need anthologies and origins, but I'm patient. I got no time looking. We got Metal Gear down here, another thanks to Zach Tohill. Gran Turismo for you racing fans. And probably my most expensive game that I own, Valkyrie Profile. I know there's not a whole lot of PS1 people on here, but to the ones who know what it is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Right down here we have my favorite Sega Saturn game and my favorite shooter, Super Dimension Fortress Macross, which I believe is the original title for the Japanese version of Robotech. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, people. Oh, and there's some Dreamcast games down here. Those also came from Zach Tohill. Here, we got the PS2 stuff. You're going to see a lot of RPGs, a lot of adventure games. That's pretty much what I play. My favorite PS2 title, Monokemia, Alchemist of Alrevis. This is complete with the CD, the book, everything. Even this is one of 2 strategy guides that I own. Comes with matching all that fun stuffs. And the rest of the PS2 stuff. You get some more racing in there because I'm a big racing fan, and of course the Xenosaga trilogy, because you can't really have a PS2 collection without the Xenosaga trilogy. Down here we got the Sega Saturns and the GameCube. What little I have, as well as Shin Megami Tensei 4 for 3DS, even though I don't own an actual 3DS. And my Wii games with Tintin still sealed. Thank you, Zach. Over here we got the mystery box I got from Mr. Quoke Fam. So another shout out for him. And hey, look, more Legos. Jabba's Sail Barge. In the back you can see a Nintendo action set hiding. That one needs a new 72 pin, then it'll be up for trade once I get it repaired. And that's all my NES stuff. It's not the largest collection, but plenty of fun titles, nothing too rare. And actually, I'd say my top 10 favorites are in this box here. So we'll go ahead and crack it open. Got Adventure Island 2, DuckTales, Final Fantasy, Zelda, Mega Man 2, Metroid, Mario Trilogy, and Turtles 1. Like I said, not the most expensive of games, but they're my favorites, so they get to hang out in the super awesome box. See, down here, we have my Z-Bag. This is where I keep my N64, and my Super Nintendo stuff, because it's a small enough collection that it all fits in here. Oh, Nintendo's Greatest Tips from GamePro. That's an old code book that's just fun to look through. In here we got Mario Party, Mario Kart. And so you can see all the N64 games in there, and then the Super Nintendo stuff. Again, not a whole lot of expensive games, but fun titles nonetheless. Say Mario RPG is probably my favorite Super Nintendo game that I have. And if we go up here, we can see all the systems I have hooked up right now. I got my PS2 right next to my Falcon. Under my Falcon, my VCR, because you can't be retro without a VCR, right, Darren? And down here in front of my TV, I was watching Indigo League when I decided to make this video, so that's on pause right now. We got my Wii, my Saturn, my N64, my Super Nintendo, regular, and Dreamcast are all hooked up at the moment. Don't have my Genesis hooked up because I don't have cords for it at the time. Always on the hunt. And this last little piece is going to be for the anime fans. I know this group is mostly video games and toys, but I know there's anime people out there, so I'm going to show this off as well because I am rather proud of it. Took me a long time to build this collection as cheap as I did. Let's say picking up most of my stuff at pawn shops back home in Washington. Let's say the old pawn shop I had was definitely verging on the fantastic. These ones will be hard to see, so I'll pull them out. We got Transformers Season 1. The movie, Trigun, the whole series, and Trinity Blood. Back here we have X Collection Volume 1 through 4, GXP. Lighting's bad. And Yu Yu Hakusho, 1 through 4. Well, that's all of it. Like I said earlier, if you want to see anything else in depth, Legos, Star Wars, Star Trek stuff, whatever, I say just leave a comment down below and I'll be more than happy to make another video. Until then, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you enjoyed yourself.